Hello, everybody. I wanted to talk to you today about the topic of sleep. And I don't know about you, but there are some days when I really feel like a good night's sleep is something I will never have again. And I know a lot of parents can relate, but I think especially when you're parenting on your own and if you own a business or you work late hours and you're still trying to support all the wonderful things that your kids are doing, it's just like go, 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 go. And sleep is just kind of something that either happens or it doesn't. And I know for me that this is incredibly detrimental for my health. And lately, I have decided that I really need to recommit to the things that I can do to promote a better night's sleep because I function so much better as a parent and as a coach and in my practice and really just as a human being if I have enough sleep. And I really think that too, when I can be in that place of feeling rested and rejuvenated, that I can then support Max in more of what he's doing. And I don't know what it is, but when I'm not sleeping well, Max is not sleeping well. And I know that that is not good for him either. And so I have kind of recommitted this last week, or I have recommitted, I will say that powerfully, that I am going to do what I need to do to start getting better sleep because this is just silly. And it's not new for me. I actually deal with this every single year from October to January, partly because I'm getting less sunlight here living in Denver, even though we get a ton of sun. But I know for me that the cold weather is a bit of a stressor on me as well. And so that raises my stress hormones, things like adrenaline and cortisol, and they can really impact my sleep. I also know too that I love the holidays and I get very excited about all the social activities and the family activities and just the planning and the ruminating that goes on in my head can sometimes be really deadly to a good night's sleep. So one of the things that Max and I do to really make sure that we're paying attention to the nutritional things that we can do is every night before bed, we take a look at whether or not we feel like we're going to bed hungry. Now, that can play out differently for a lot of people, but I'll give you a general rule that if you are having dinner at 6 and your bedtime is at 10, you will probably need a little snack before you go to bed. Now, Max and I usually have a warm cup of milk and we put in a little bit of honey and a little bit of cinnamon, and what that does is the warmth kind of calms us, and the tryptophan, which is in milk and some of the other foods that I've listed below underneath this video, they're great sources of protein that can increase serotonin in our bodies. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that helps to produce melatonin, which, as you know, regulates our sleep. So that is something that we pay attention to, and I don't see it as a bad thing. A lot of people have all these rules around whether or not you should eat before you go to bed. Well, I'm not promoting the fudgesicle or the box of cookies or the bag of chips. I'm saying have something, really check your body, that if you ate dinner really early and you're going to bed a little bit later, or if you really feel like you need calming, rather than grab the glass of wine or something like that, go with one of the higher tryptophan foods below. Combine it with a good source of carbohydrates, a whole grain cracker, maybe a piece of fruit, and that is something that will balance your blood sugar through the night, and you won't wake up feeling hungry. A lot of times you might wake up in the night not feeling hungry, but your blood sugar's low. I know that happens with Max and I. We're very sensitive to that, and if we haven't done the right things to balance our blood sugar throughout the day, sometimes we can get to that place at night where our body's feeling somewhat compromised and we need something to balance things out a little bit. So those are things that you can kind of look at nutritionally to do right before bed to kind of calm your mind, calm your body, and get you prepared for sleep. The other thing too is I have all sorts of wonderful things that I do to create energy in my body. Foods that give me energy. I have certain supplements that I like. I mean, I love my Juice Plus, but if I take that too late at night, it's because it's a whole food concentrate. It gives me too much energy. So I try and kind of keep all my supplements earlier in the day, especially if you have anything with a lot of B vitamins. You probably want to keep those earlier in the day too, because those give your body energy and they might keep you up at night. Really staying away from anything that's caffeinated, even if it's a natural caffeine source like a ginseng or a guarana or something that might be in a natural energy drink. Those are really excitable to the body as well. And so for Max especially, he doesn't really eat a lot of sweets or a lot of candy, but when we do allow it, I make sure that it's right after school or on the weekends or something where it's not going to impact his sleep. So really paying attention to sugar or things, those stimulants that might impact sleep, keeping those away from the end of the day and having them a little bit earlier on. But I think the real challenge is just finding the balance and really just being conscientious about sleep and having it be important to you this time of year, because I think we put it on the back burner, or we just decide that we're going to be out of routine, and you'll start to see it slowly chipping away at your health and just your vitality, and all that you want to do during the holidays can somewhat be compromised by lack of sleep. So hopefully some of these tips that I've listed below will be helpful for you, and you can start integrating them into your day and your kids' day. And tonight you will have a sweet slumber, wake up tomorrow feeling just rejuvenated and ready to take on the day and really enjoy the holidays and everything that you have coming up in your life over the next few months. So if you have questions, feel free to call or email me. My information's below, and if you have specific sleep issues or things that are, whether they're chronic or acute, a lot of times if I know more information, I can advise you on certain things that might help you specifically. So until then, hope you have a good night's sleep. See you next week.